Number 8 tip for new creators is your words hold more weight than you think. Now, I think the problem with when you're starting off is there's a couple things, but one is you're like, it's just me. Nobody really listens. Who cares? But what people don't get is that everything you say can and will be used against you. So, yeah, maybe you only have 5 people listening to you right now, but what about if you do blow up and in 10 years they're going to dig up all your old stuff? And that's why I always joke around about what the fuck but why page, and I always get like nervous cuz I'm like, man, if people comb through that, I mean, I'm sure they're going to find something. And at What the Fuck But Why, we try to be open about like our feelings and just understanding that we're just throwing shit out there. We don't have like a solid take on anything, but people will, just clip the one part. Like they'll take out the part of you saying, well, I don't know if I really feel this way, but I do know some people feel, I think that George Floyd had it coming, and then they're just going to take that part, and like I said, when you blow up, and then there's always haters, or I kind of hate that word, but people just, I don't know, they love, right now with cancel culture, that's what they love to do. And also, I'm going to give you a good example and not just talk, all right? There's this guy, this popular YouTuber, he's like a Philadelphia Eagle fan, what's his name, EDP. He's always ranting and raving about the Eagles, has like 2 million subscribers and stuff, and I guess he's been talking to young girls, like 13, 14, and this dude, Chet.
So before we get into any of the messages right here, I have 84 messages.
Okay.
So we have you talking to Sophie, correct? Yes or no?
Right.
Okay. Sophie is how old? Before, and again, I have it right here. I know the answer, but I just need you to tell me the answer. How old is she?
13.
13. Okay.
Right.
And before we get into the messages, there was sexual content involved, yes or no?
Right.
And you said
Correct.
okay. All right. So again, so what brings you out here today?
Well, I was coming out here to...
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved, because I'm not like that, well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Kind of started a YouTube channel, like a Chris Hansen type thing, and they messaged this EDP guy pretending to be a 13-year-old girl. They met up, they exposed him. This actually just happened the other day. Okay, cool, right? His channel blew up, everything's all good, but people went digging into this Chet guy's YouTube page, and they found like a bunch of stuff with him saying the N-word and like some kind of pedophile type stuff that he did. And it's like, that's a great example. Everything you say will be held against you, can and will be held against you. And so that's why when I kind of stopped talking about race and politics, I just saw like the climate, and I saw that it just wasn't fun anymore, right? And I do want to talk about that stuff, but I'd be so nervous. And again, it's easy for everybody else to say, but unfortunately, I have a job, and people do get fired for that stuff. And a lot of the time, I'm amazed at what people say, thinking, it's like, don't you know that they're gonna pull this shit up? So that's why I'm here to tell you guys, just be careful about what you say. And it sucks because I do hate to give the message of, I guess technically, don't say how you feel. That's the problem. But the problem is when what you say or what you feel is like racist or something. It's like, well, if people hear that, they're gonna be mad, and okay, you're allowed to say that, you're allowed to feel that way, nobody's taking that away from you, but people also have a right to be mad and cancel you or make your life a living hell. I know with It's My World and You Just Live in It, I get in a lot of trouble, even sometimes with Mrs. Prophet, because I go too far sometimes, and like she knows, and she'll giggle and we make light of it. But when I listen back, I'm like, damn, man, that's gonna sound so bad taken out of context. That's why I actually went to that page and I made everything private, and I just been clipping up stuff. But I went back and combed through everything. I'm like, man, there's some shit that I just shouldn't have said, trying to be funny. And that's another problem. Like, if you're anything like me, you're gonna say shit just trying to be funny, but like I said, your words hold weight. And a lot of people will pressure you into saying shit like that. And you can have a channel talking about race and politics and stuff, go ahead, but I'm just warning you, it's gonna be a long road, because when it comes to politics, they are like die-hard fanatics, okay? And then my beef with politics is, let's say I'm a Republican, and this isn't like a profit take or nothing, but if I'm a Republican, then I'm losing 50% of my fan base. Now, I'm not saying you should care about that and sell out for the Democrats or whatever, but I'm just saying, just keep in mind, if you talk about politics, you're going to be going to war. It's not the same as you just talking to your friends at a party. This is like a whole thing, and even though you only have a couple subscribers, everything you say, it has like more weight because you're talking on a microphone, and there's there's just something about when you're on camera or you're on microphone, people put you on a different pedestal. And I'm not saying like in life like you're a better person, but it's a responsibility talking into a mic. And that's what I want to get that's what I want to get across, that this mic right here, that camera, there's a responsibility to that, and just be careful. So it's okay, like maybe do a podcast, listen back, and if you have like a feeling that, and maybe just right now, like maybe we gotta wait till the dust settles, but if you're doing a podcast, and let's say you have a job, okay, if you have a job and you're kind of worried about getting fired, but you want to talk, listen back, and if you think you said something that's a little too far or the joke didn't land, just take it out. And like I said, I hate saying this because it sounds anti-free speech, but again, free speech, nobody is saying you can't say that, but you're going to have to deal with the ramifications of that, right? It happens to me sometimes. Like, I've said a couple things, and after people were commenting and taking it the wrong way, I was like, damn, like I shouldn't even have said that. And I just had to take a step back from that, and I was watching how everybody was acting, and people just go, if you're talking about race and politics, people are going into it to hate and to cancel you and to be mad. I could have the most reasonable take ever. Actually, I'm not even sure. I actually think like my takes, and this is what Lackawanna always tells me, and other people, that they're like, dude, I'm telling you, like a lot of your takes, I would be pretty surprised if people canceled you or got mad. It'd be hard to dispute some of the things I'm saying, but they will, and like I said, they'll take it out of context, and people really don't care because they just want to be mad, and people are hypersensitive right now, and I guess that's okay because it's karma from the past. You know what I'm saying? So you might see people being a little too sensitive about shit, but it's just karma, I guess, from all the shit that's happened. So I don't have too much more to say about that. Just again, I'm going to hammer it home. Your words hold weight. There's a responsibility when you talk into this microphone, and just understand everything you say will be pulled up in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So it's okay. Going live is risky all the time, because you can't take that back. But if you're editing and you say something and you think it's just not worth it, and you don't take it out, and then something happens, you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, I should have listened to the prophet. He told me just take it out. That's not worth it. Don't let people pressure you, because a lot of people pressuring you, they're not talking. They're not putting anything on the line. They're in the comments and stuff, but, and actually, since I'm just going to keep talking, I had an epiphany a couple weeks ago. I was telling Lackawanna again that, me and Luke, we podcast, and we're always feel like we're risking more, or we're putting it on the line just to do a podcast. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, the way people comment, like people get canceled for commenting. You know, if you go to WPXI, people will defend like a cop who killed a black person and stuff, and that's the same thing. So I want to say that too. Like when you're commenting, sometimes just comment and hit delete. I do it all the time, probably 3 or 4 times a day. I will go to comment on somebody's shit, and I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth it. Who cares? You know. So if you're thinking about doing a podcast talking about race and religion and politics, good luck. I will not be on your show. I would love to, but it's just even if I'm right, I'm wrong. You know, like if I have a good take on that 15-year-old black girl just got shot, okay, and I do have opinions on it, and it's just, but even if I'm right, again, I'm wrong, because A, I'm the wrong skin color, and B, and then even with women, okay, let's say I have a great take on women, I'm just the wrong gender, so it doesn't matter what I say. So remember that. But if you don't have a job, you don't have a family, and you want to kind of shake shit up, then say it. But I'm just letting you know, you can't get fired. You will get fired. And is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you gotta settle down. Maybe if you have a really hot take on something that's a little racist or something, take a minute. Settle down. Maybe find a way to rephrase it. That's another thing I'm always trying to tell people, that really think about both sides, you know. So maybe if you could go into it saying, you know what, this is my take, and then let me look at it from the other side. They have a point, you know. And I don't even know if that's enough sometimes, but try to be open-minded about shit, you know. Again, you don't have to. I know that's not how people roll nowadays, but that's my advice. And if you ever get canceled, you're gonna come back to this and be like, God damn it, or gosh damn it. See? No, I'm just joking. Gosh dang it, I should have listened. So I don't have much more to say about that. Be careful what you say. And we're gonna roll to number 7.